Thanks for logging on to Black Video News. It's a special day here on the east side of San Antonio, Texas. Right here off of WW White Road, Frost Bank is open, a financial center right here on the east side, and I'm right here with one of the guys that made it all possible. Tell us who you are and tell us what it means today for Frost Bank being here.
Well, I'm Micah Salinas, and I'm a fellow San Antonian, born and bred here, went to Highlands High School. I know it's not Sam, but we had plenty of competition athletically and very in tune with the community, and I represent Frost Bank as their community leader. And our goals are to make sure that the community is aware about who we are and what we're here to do. We care about our community. They hire people from the community to represent the bank in the community. So it's a privilege for me to follow bankers like Floyd Wilson and kind of lead, have him as an example. And try to replicate what he's done and continue to grow those relationships we have on this east side and potentially, hopefully, grow the bank on this east side. That's the goal for us.
Yeah, and one of the things I wanted to touch on, too, you guys finally made it to this part of the city when we talk about the Alamo City here on the east side. But tell us your goals as far as opening up other institutions in this part of the city.
Sure. We hope to grow. We want to grow. But we have to take it one step at a time.
Okay.
So for us, success is making sure that this branch is successful, that we have the traffic in here, that we're able to get deposits here. We're able to bring businesses into this Frost Bank. There's a lot of businesses on WW White alone, and we want them banking with us. We want to grow those relationships, grow those businesses. That's success. We want to make sure that we grow the community. There is a lot of potential out here. And we want to make sure that everyone knows that they can leverage our resources, not just our banking needs, but our knowledge on how to grow things, basic accounting needs and things that maybe the business entrepreneur isn't thinking of, and he needs someone to ask. Well, we're on 314 South WW White, and my name is Micah Salinas, and he can come in whenever he needs to ask me those questions.
That's good stuff. Thank you. I'm going to be making my way around the room here. Stay logged on for this great day. It's a beautiful day in the Alamo City. Frost Bank is on the east side. Stay logged on right here at BVN. Thanks for logging back on to Black Video News. It's a special day. Frost Bank is on the east side, and I'm making my way around the room, and I just found Wayne Terry right here at the Alamo City Chamber, sits on the board, the chairman. How's everything going, Wayne?
Things are fantastic. Things are even great for the east side today.
Tell us what this means. You've been on the east side. You've been making a huge contribution with the chamber. Tell us what it means for Frost Bank to be in this part of the city.
This is exciting. I mean, the east side of San Antonio, I like to call it one of the best kept secrets in San Antonio. There's a lot of things that people hear about the city of San Antonio, particularly the east side, but they don't see the great things that happen on the east side of San Antonio. And Frost Bank putting this location here is phenomenal, because anything you can get anywhere else in San Antonio, you can now get right here on the east side of San Antonio. We all know who Frost Bank are. They're from here. And so for the people of the east side, now they're really from here.
Yeah, it's really a good look for the east side. But tell us, you've been seeing this part of the community grow, and there's more growth. Tell us a little bit about what your expectations are when we talk about Frost Bank coming to the east side.
I think it's going to continue to help the economic impact of the east side on the greater city of San Antonio. We know we've got a lot of customers here for Frost Bank. They have to travel to go to one of the locations. Now that location is in their backyard. So with Frost Bank being here, I see this as sort of the base to continue to grow that economic impact for San Antonio.
Yeah, that's huge. Wayne, thank you for taking the time out to talk to us. It's always a pleasure. This is Wayne Terry, chairman of the Alamo City Chamber of Commerce right here in the Alamo City. Stay logged on. Thanks for logging back on to BVN. It's a special day. We're right here at Frost Bank. The financial center is on the east side. I've got the president of Neighborhoods First Alliance, TC. You've been around. You've been seeing this community grow. Let's talk about what it means for Frost Bank. You've been dealing with Frost Bank for years, too.
Yes.
Tell us what it means for Frost Bank being on the east side.
Well, you know, the dollar only circulates one time in our community. By this financial center being here, this gives our community an opportunity to make sure the dollar circulates at least 10 times. It's a historical day. Neighborhoods First Alliance worked with Frost Bank on a $50 million community reinvestment agreement back some 30, 40 years ago.
Okay.
And that reinvestment agreement was a success. We got the Eastside Medical Center over here. We got numerous churches funded. We did the Coliseum Oaks project. So this is another step and another feather in their cap by having this financial center here on W.W. White Road. So it's a proud day, and we're happy they're here, and we want people to bring their money here.
Okay, that sounds good. Let's shift gears right over here to Barbara. Barbara, we've been meeting throughout the year with the election. Tell us what it means, Barbara Hawkins, right here in the state representative, Barbara Hawkins. Tell us what it means. I just asked TC, but I want to get it from you too as well. You've been on this side of the city for years. What does it mean for Frost Bank to be in this community, Barbara?
Just like TC said, this is a major accomplishment. I've seen TC through the years work with the banks in terms of doing reinvestment here on the east side. So I've been here and I've seen firsthand the hard work. So we see this as a major accomplishment for Frost, one of, if not the major bank in San Antonio, to come and actually invest and put a branch here so the people could come and walk up and get services. You know, historically, to go to Frost, we'd have to go downtown. Correct. We have a lot of our seniors who have banked at Frost Bank downtown. When I first came to town, I went down to 100 Houston Street downtown. So to be here on WWY is a major milestone, and it just says that our community is growing, improving, and arriving. And it takes community advocates like Mr. Calvert to continue to push people to come in our community, invest, and do the right thing.
Yeah, that's huge. Well put. TC, leave us with something that is significant with Frost Bank being here, with you being in this community for so long. Leave us with something significant, what it means for Frost Bank being here.
Well, it's historical in the fact that, you know, you got Frost Banks in all sides of the community. And for them to come into the east side on W.W. White Road in Houston, blocks from Sam Houston High School, is significant. It means people don't have to go downtown. It means you don't have to go to McCreeless. It means you don't have to go out on the north side. So it's historical, Keith.
All right, well, that's good. Barbara, leave us with something with Frost Bank being here.
Well, Frost Bank in itself, you're talking about an investment center. People can not only just come and take money and withdraw money and deposit money, but they can get a financial conversation. And we want our community to start talking about retirement and how they grow their money. So it's major. We applaud the Frost Bank leadership, to seeing it, and no doubt Floyd Wilson. I met Floyd Wilson some odd 40 years ago with an afro. And so here he is today as a clean-cut businessman, and they've stayed with him, and he stayed with the bank. We appreciate that.
All right, well, I appreciate you all talking to me. It's a special day right here on the east side. Barbara Hawkins, Gervin Hawkins, state rep, Mr. T.C. Calvert, president of Neighborhoods First Alliance. Stay logged on right here at Frost Bank for BVN. I'm going to make my way around the room, but stay logged on. Thanks for logging back on to BVN. We're still here at Frost Bank. The financial center is open right here off of W.W. White Road. I made my rounds, but I had to make my rounds and find the market president, Mr. Floyd Wilson. What's going on, Floyd?
Not too much. Good to see you today. Glad to have you guys here today, and so beautiful to see this community here today. It's wonderful.
It is. It's a really historic event. People are talking about that, touching on that. But I want you to talk about the rich history with the relationships and how it all started for you with Frost Bank.
Well, it goes pretty far back to 1972 when it started, but the opportunity comes to do something that I really had asked the bank about helping me to do, and that was to get into lending. And once I got into lending, training comes with that, and there's a lot of education that goes along with that, and a lot of learning, a lot of experience. And then, of course, during the 90s, I was asked to manage our CRA department, and when we took on that responsibility, then of course the job was to get out in the community, and especially to get into the underserved areas. And my focus at that particular point, considering San Antonio, definitely was the east side of town. And so that brings us to today. CRA, serving the community, building relationships, getting to know the community, and providing banking services. It's not about the gifts, financial, etc. It's about making loans, opening new accounts,
Yes, sir.
training the youngsters on how to use checking accounts, utilize banking instead of carrying cash. It's an education process. And that kind of leads us to where we are today with this financial center on the east side of town as a reward to the community, listening to the fact that we do want to build relationships because this bank is from here and has been for nearly 150 years now.
Let's touch on some of the goals for the community with Frost Bank being here. What are some of the goals for the financial center when we talk about being in this part of San Antonio?
Well, of course, what we want to continue to do, we've got several relationships that are already built as far as banking goes on the east side with clients and customers. My uncle was here today, and his family has banked here for 56 years, okay? So we have that already established. But now that we have a presence, they no longer have to go to the outskirts of San Antonio to bank. They don't have to go downtown anymore. We've got a branch for them, a full-service branch, right here in the neighborhood, basically down the street from them. So our intention now is to make them knowledgeable of that and aware of that, and then to get them to come in here and find out that they don't have to go very far to do their banking, and they can come here and do full-service banking.
Well, Floyd, you've seen the growth in the community. You've touched a lot of different small businesses. You've made a lot of different relationships with small businesses. You're doing a great job, and I want to thank you for taking the time out to talk to us here at BVN. Okay, and we'll be keeping our eye out on what's going on in the community with Frost Bank. Okay,
help us get the word out, and thank you guys for being here to help us out today.
Thank you so much. It's a special day. This is a special report right here. A new institution, financial center, is open right off of W.W. White Road on the east side. This is Keith Scott, Black Video News.
2, 3.